जेपते मुक्ति मिले, जेपते मुक्ति मिले, दाखिले कारले गुरु ध्यान बोले, शुकिर पति से जे जाय कोले, जेपते मुक्ति मिले। व्याप्त चराचरा खंड मंडल, गुरु ध्यांतर सुशीतल, संपरे विपरे तारिया भाई परे, भक्ति पुष्पांजलि द्याओ डेले, जेपते मुक्ति मिले। जीवे दुर दिने दुरंत आधरे, गुरु बिना बल के भवे निष्ठरे, भीषमा दुष्टरे अतिशुभिष्टरे, ज्ञानेर आलोतिनि ध्यान ज्वले, जेपते मुक्ति मिले, जेपते मुक्ति मिले. We're asking the Guru, Jepoti, on this path to liberation, take me, O Gurudev, take me, O conscious manifested. I want to complete my journey in this lifetime, that I want that to return to my home, my place of being, my place of freedom, never to come back in this birth and death, the samsara. Oh, it's a beautiful morning here. Adorations to Swami Parameshananda. The sun has come out today, so beautiful, in the midst of all the snow. And today it's like -5 Celsius. So, but it's all right. We're dressed for it. I don't feel it as much. But this getting up this morning, and the Guru always is there when you wake up. And whatever happened yesterday, and when you wake up this morning, it's a new day. And we cannot do anything what happened yesterday or previous days or previous births. But today we can do something. And that is necessary. And it's like a brand new start for our lives. And this start, we must have a routine that we must go through every morning. Because without that routine, and then you jump into action, then what will happen? There'll be chaos. First there will be chaos in the mind, then there will be chaos with the words, then chaos with the actions, and then your life will be haphazard and you'll be flowing, bouncing around here and there literally. But this morning, the routine that I choose to do, and based on the teachings of Acharya Swami Parameshananda, the routine is that you get up and a nice glass of warm water with some lemon, and you drink it, and then you start your asanas. And there's 1.5 hour, every part of the body, external, internal muscles and organs, from the tip of the head to the tip of the toes, that you're exercising your body. Because when you do that, then all the latent energy, the divine energy, another word for it, the kundalinis, they're being activated. And then when they're activated through your asanas, it is always mind, breathing, and then action. These are the 3 steps in doing yoga asanas. Because you think first, and then you breathe in and breathe out, and then you energize the body, because the breathing and the breathing out is bringing the vital energy from outside the air. And when it mixes with the energy that we have in our body, what happens? Then everything is working at peak performance. And then when you're through with it, you can feel that, at certain points there will be stimulation for the divine energies, and you feel so happy and you're lost in that bliss. And then when you come towards the end, you line it back, and then you relax the body. Positive reinforcement. I'm relaxing my toes, I'm relaxing my toes. My toes are relaxed. and then you move up onto all the organs, and then all to the tip of the head, including internal organs. Now, when you reach the tip of the head and you go and you relax the brain, then you exit your body in terms of, by way of energy and vibration. And you go into the earth atmosphere and you flood the all earth atmosphere with your being. And then you seep into space in all points of your earth, Mother Earth, and you go into space. And by then all your body, mind and intellect and ego is left behind. And automatically you arrived at that place of consciousness. And from that place, you see the panoramic view of creation. And when you see that panoramic view of creation, then you say, oh, how beautiful it is that I see the Leela of the Lord without name and form. Swami Parameshananda without name and form, Krishna without name and form, the Christ without name and form, the Buddha without name and form, Lord Shiva without name and form, Mother Durga without name and form. And then you look back and you know that you are that creation. You are the material cause of the 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air and space. And you are the efficient cause, that the engineering of the whole creation. You know, yesterday I was listening to a little program, and they're saying that the giraffe, that animal with the long neck, his blood pressure is 280 over 180. Ours is just 120 over 80. Because why? Because of the long neck and long body. That pressure of the heart has to push that blood. It's so specific for that. Creation is such that whatever engineered creation, it is perfection. Our body is perfection. And then when we think like that, then we have reverence for the Lord. Whether it's Krishna or Swami Parameshananda, let us show adorations to the sun. Imagine the sun is 93 million miles away, and it takes 8 minutes for the rays to come to earth and warm us up. And the outside temperature of the sun is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and inside the core is 1.3 million degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine that, the high tense of it. And the earth and the sun is 103 times bigger than our planet. How beautiful that is. And we want to enjoy the sun. Let us pay adoration to the sun. Om Bhara Bhava Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhara Bhava Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhara Bhava Svaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. We pay adoration to Surya Narayan. Continues to keep us in our orbital space, and please keep us alive with your heat and your light. So we pay adorations to that. You know, what would God say, or what would one say? We do all our meditation, and the idea for that, and all the seva. We do the karma yoga, we do the bhakti yoga. Krishna Bhagavan would have told us that. We do the Gyan Yoga and the Dhyan Yoga. Seva, devotion, knowledge, and meditation. And in the midst of our daily routine. But supposing that we come to the point and you got God realization, what would one say? And Swami Parameshananda would have, when he got his God realization in 1917, first thing that came out of his mouth, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Om Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho, Hara Guru Shankara Shiva Shambho. He would have recognized that he has lifted himself back to that place of being Lord Shiva. Now, what happens when he got the God realization? He was in a human body, but then he would have radiated all over the universe. He would have been omnipresent, all-pervading, all over the universe. So he knows what is happening all over the place. And then he would have been all-powerful, divine power, that he can do anything because he's the creator, he's the sustainer, and he's the one to maintain it through his destruction of evil. And then he would have known the past, present, and future. Now imagine that here we're talking about one human being, for now let's say he's human being, but he knows everyone. He knows me, he knows you, he knows our previous births, he knows our future births, and he knows he's guiding us in this current birth. This is the beauty of it, and we have to take that. You know, when you deny God's grace or you don't make a chance to connect, when I listen to people's problem, they are not in that state of wanting to be in a relationship with God. They're so consumed with human relationships, children, wife, husband, in-laws, outlaws meaning enemies. They're so consumed with it because then you don't get the God's grace because he's coming to you all the time. I know one boy, he's coming from a very good family. Oh my God. He was given a chance to go to the best university. His sister, he's doing well. Both parents, the brother and sister, parents, they're doing well. But he neglected all of that. And then he find himself in a relationship with a woman who has 3 children. He's 24, the eldest daughter, 3 daughters. She's 17, and the lady, she's 35 years old. And I had the opportunity to talk to him and ask him, find out why he's doing that. But he's so determined in doing that, and he's saying this is the purpose of his life. His thinking, his understanding, there's no right understanding. And this is an example of how when we caught into something. Now, should I say that he's right or he's wrong? I do not know, because maybe that's his purpose in this lifetime. But it doesn't make sense, does it? Anyway, this is an example of us being stuck in relationships, and then we are blinded towards that path of moksha and liberation. And he's suffering because he's become an alcoholic. He's been abused by this family, but he stays on, and the families, the parents are there. You come and we'll take care of you. Anything you want. You want a good home, we'll find you a job. And he come, and then the pull, the maya, the illusion will draw him back into that situation. And I'm thinking, wow, this is something that, it's a very unique situation in some ways, but not so, because many people are having that problem. Anyway, this morning, this is the kind of thing that is happening in our world. And when you're under the guidance of a spiritual master like Swami Parameshananda, and I'm a beneficiary of that. Imagine that omniscient, he knows me. He grabs me out of this mundane life 50 years after he left his body, and he continues to guide me through all these experiences, so much, United Nations, and with all these experiences, building ashram here in Nepal, and going to all pilgrim places, and there's a contentment now that I will say to myself, there's nothing more I need to do. And I will say that, and then suddenly Swami Parameshananda would create a situation where I have to do something. So these days I say quiet and let him do what he has to do. And in the meantime, I'll do my preparations to sustain that spiritual life through meditation. And this morning, this is a seva that he has me doing to tell you this. And I bring you this profound realization. I would have asked the question, what would God say when he got God realization? And this is what he would have said. What he gave the 10 divine message, which is a summarization of all scriptures, not just of Hinduism. Think about it, but all scriptures, all the teachings of the incarnations. And he would have said, what is the goal of life? Self-realization, universal emancipation. There's no second or anything like that of the goal of life. It's not to get rich and famous and to be, yes, you need an education, you need money. But then if you don't have that balance of religious spiritual life, more so spiritual life, then what will happen? You will be falling a prey of this illusion. And then he would have said, what is religion? Self-sacrifice, self-discipline, adherence to truth and countenance. He wasn't compromising the 100% of what religion is. Self-sacrifice, this seva, doing service. Now, in my experience, that when he selected someone to do his work, he provides all the resources, meaning the wisdom, the financial resources, and also all the people depending on you, he will make them so happy and blissful. And I see that all the dependency for me, that was there for me, they're all so happy. And then Swami Parameshananda see truth. Under no circumstance should we tell lie, because what it does, good morning, because it pollutes us, and this pollution, it's so polluting our mind, it weakens our mind, and then what will happen? We will become a slave to our senses and be lost in this world, and the goal will be out of sight. So when he says, adherence to truth and countenance. You know, devotees, this countenance, it includes thought, words, and actions. That the biggest culprit and the biggest thief of our happiness is this, Swami Parameshananda would have said, what are real enemies? Indolence, slumber, inertia, procrastination, lustful senses, and passions. This one thing that we have to control it to a certain extent. I'm not saying to stop it completely, Swamiji's will have to do, but you got to follow the guidelines of the four stages of life. Student life, refraining from this passions and senses. He would have said, mad indeed is the one of trying to unravel the mysteries of spiritual life, with a mind torn by passions and agonized by carnal hankerings. You know what I'm talking about. Be sincere about yourself, and try to minimize that veering off to your path, to falling a prey to this illusion of creation. So he would have continued, what is the real forgetfulness of the self? What is real life? Self-possession, self-remembrance, self-consciousness. What are real virtues? Heroism, virility, humanliness, and aspiration for emancipation. What are real sins? Weakness, fear, cowardice, meanness, and selfishness. What are real sources of strength? Patience, fortitude, and endurance. What are real assets? Self-confidence, self-reliance, self-respect. When I see people suffering, it's because they want to socialize to make themselves happy. But when you go and you socialize to people who are not elevated, then they drag you down, because they will spill out onto you all their weaknesses. And you are looking for a little strength and guidance, but you get more entangled in this illusion. So the best way to do, you go and you have that self-confidence and self-reliance, that within you have all the capabilities of taking you, the wisdom to take you to moksha and liberation. And then he would have said again, what are real enemies? Indolence, slumber, inertia, procrastination, lustful senses and passions. And what are real friends? Energy, enthusiasm, and perseverance. I came out this morning, it's freezing cold. I could feel it, my hands are getting a little numbish. but the energy and the enthusiasm and perseverance to bring you this inspiration and to say to you, nothing should stop us from what we want to do to the path of going to a liberation. So this morning, let us pay adorations to Guru. Think that you are on a pilgrimage. Here, think that this is Mount Kailash, and this is the lingam in the Manasarovar. That's the big lake. That when you go there, you want to take a dip in it. So imagine that you're taking a dip in this freezing water. This is what you'll do on the pilgrimage to Kailash. And let us pay adorations to Lord Shiva. Jai Shiva Shankara Namami Shankara Shiva Shankara Shambho. Jai Girijapati Bhavani Shankara Shiva Shankara Shambho. Jai Girijapati Bhavani Shankara Shiva Shankara Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Prabhu Namah Shivaya. Isn't it so beautiful that we can be together? And a shout out to my good friend and ashram devotee, Prabir Sarkar from London. Prabir sending you blessings there, and all of you from all countries. I see people from India and Nepal and Guyana and Trinidad, all joining, in so many other countries. We're one big family. Let us move together in our liberation. And this morning, let us pay adorations to Swami Parameshananda ji. Dhyana Moolam Guru Murti, Puja Moolam Guru Param, Mantra Moolam Guru Vakyam, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa, Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. Well, I hope you had a good morning. I feel so complete now that contentment is there through the yoga asanas and the meditation and coming out here and doing the work of Swami Parameshananda, being an instrument in his hand. I feel so contented. Contentment is what we have to seek. It is not money, it's not accumulation of property. Contentment is an inner thing. That when you are in relationship to God and you have mastered and you have exited the illusion, and now you're with Him, our prayer should be, oh Lord, I want to be like you. And this morning, I'm sure you're feeling like that. Hari Om, Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om. Have a beautiful day, and do share this video with others, so this way you will be doing your seva also, so that they get the benefit. Thank you.